Hello friends! In this tutorial we are going to learn how to add a character imported from the DAZ Studio to the true fighting game engine for Unreal Engine 5.1. We will be using DAZ to Unreal plugin to import a Genesis 8 figure from the DAZ Studio. The current version of the plugin seems to miss the IK retargeter for Genesis 9. That is why we will be using Genesis 8 for now. I suppose you already have the DAZ to Unreal Bridge installed into your DAZ Studio. First of all, let's download the latest version of the DAZ to Unreal plugin. I will place the link in the description below this video. So, it has been downloaded and we unzip it. And inside the folder we see the UE5.1 version. We open the folder and copy the DAZ to Unreal folder. Let's now navigate to Unreal Engine 5.1 installation folder. On my machine it is Program Files, Epic Games, UE5.1, and here we navigate to the Engine, Plugins, and paste the copied DAZ to Unreal folder here. Now, let's open a true fighting game engine project. It is a brand new project that I have just created. And what we need to do first is to enable the DAZ to Unreal plugin. To do so, we go to Edit, Plugins, and start typing DAZ. And we enable the DAZ to Unreal plugin. The editor prompts us to restart, and we do so. So the project has been restarted, and what we want to do now is go to Edit, Project Settings, and at the left in the Plugins section we click to DAZ to Unreal Settings, and we should make sure that the option named Fix Bone Rotations on Import is selected, and Zero Root Rotation on Import is selected as well. Alright? Right. So we are ready to go. Let's import a Genesis 8 figure from the DAZ Studio. And what we are going to do now, we open the DAZ Studio. I already have my Genesis 8 figure prepared, and I go to File, Send to, DAZ to Unreal. I will type the asset name. Just for clarity, I'll name it Alice DAZ. And we may leave all settings by default for the sake of this tutorial, and we hit accept, and we hit accept one more time. Alright, it has been exported from DAZ, and we may now close the DAZ Studio, and we go to Unreal, and it is importing our DAZ figure, and we ignore the warnings, and our figure has been imported, and we save all just in case the editor crashes. And now we are ready to add a character to the true fighting game engine, which is based on this figure imported from the DAZ Studio. And it is pretty easy. We just go to the True FG Blueprints and we right click the BP True FG base character, and we select Create Child Blueprint class. And let's name it BP True FG Alice DAZ. All right. Now let's go to Demo, characters and add a folder for this character. Name it Alice does. And we go back to the blueprints folder. We just drag this new character to the Alice does folder and we select the move here. Alright. Now we open the newly created blueprint and we select the mesh. And here at the top we click the add button. And we start typing skeletal and we add the skeletal mesh. Alright. And at the right, in the skeletal mesh asset, we select our Alice does skeletal mesh. We save, we compile, and what we are going to do, we are going to retarget animations from the main mesh component, which is a UE5 queen character, to our newly imported does skeletal mesh. To do so, we will have to create a really simple animation blueprint. So, in our content drawer, we right-click, we select animation, and we create a new animation blueprint. And as a skeleton, we select Genesis 8 base skeleton. And we hit create. Let's name it does anim pp. Alright, let's save. And we now open this animation blueprint and we go to the anim graph. And here you see, here is the output pose. And we just right click on empty space and start typing retarget pose, and we select the node named retarget pose from mesh. Alright, and we drag a connection, and let's now select the node, and here at right as a IK retargeter asset we should select G81 fixed 0 root IK retargeter. Let's try to compile it. And we see a warning here. Let's check out what's the reason. Let's press this little magnifying glass near our IK retargeter. And let's open the retargeter. And we see we don't have the source IK rig asset set here. Maybe it is just a mistake of the developer of the plugin. And we just select here IK mannequin, which means our UE5 skeleton. Right. And here as a preview mesh, we can just set our Alice does. Alright, and we save. And we go back to our animation blueprint and try to compile one more time. And it compiles just fine now. Right, let's go back to our Alice does folder. Let's save all. And let's open our character blueprint one more time. And we select our skeletal mesh, and as an animation blueprint, we type our does and select our newly created does animation blueprint. Alright. And we see it is being retargeted in real time. Now we should hide the parent mesh. So we select this mesh component, and at the right we start typing visible. And we disable the visible option. And here you see this visibility based anim tick option. We should select always tick pose and refresh bones. Alright, and we save and compile. And now we select the root component of our blueprint and let's give it a unique name. We search for character, and here instead of queen let's just type Alice does. And we save and we compile. And we have our character blueprint prepared. And now we just need to add a new character to our true fighting game engine. To do so, we go to Blueprints, Miscellaneous, and we open the blueprint named BP through FG functions. And we open the function named Populate Characters Map. And here we already have a node for the UE5 skeleton, and we just duplicate it. It is going to use the Queen UE5 skeletal mesh because we retarget from the UE5 to our DAS figure. But as a character blueprint, we are going to select our newly created BP through FG Alice DAS. And here in our Make Map node, we right-click and we select the Add Key Value Pair. And as a key, we type our name, Alice does. Do you remember we have just specified this name in our character blueprint? And we drag a connection from the character to the value 3. And we save and we compile. Right. And now let's set the Alice does to be our first player. To do so, we go to TrueFG Blueprints and we open the BP to FG game mode. And here we type Alice does. Save and compile. And now in our outliner, let's select the BP through FG settings and delete it. And now go to the TrueFG Blueprints and drag our updated BP through FG settings to the map. Let's try to start the game. It works. Regarding the hair that you can see on this example video, it is a metahuman hair attached to the DAS figure. You can check one of my previous tutorials if you are wondering how to do this. And that's it for today. See you next time.